Don't know if you can see it, but there's a cuddly toy strung up in a canoe on that old building.
It's not you, it's me, you see. It's not love or passion. There's something
Early start this morning. I woke up at a jaunty angle, and so the boat was listing slightly, so I thought best move. But it's nice coming down this part of south of Rickmansworth. There's been some interesting sights. That's all I'm going to say on that. This is what I'm on about as a lock landing. It's absolutely empty, and the boat behind has given it a little bit of distance. First one since Nottingham, I have noticed. It's not crowded up by other boats. Brilliant.
It's not fair to you, I know, and I'm sorry I can't let it go.
Nice.
There's something desperately wrong with me. Hush, don't tell me what's going on. Hush, don't tell me what's going wrong.
Little boat there for the Liverpool supporters.
Don't make me a victim, pretty please.
Clearly a bit of a boaty type yard with a high ab on the back of a lorry.
It's not easy for me.
Now there's something I haven't seen ever, is a digger on the front of a boat, having a big bucket on the front.
Oh, the rage. No one's discussed that as a toilet, have they?
Just hush, don't tell me what's going wrong. Oh, don't make me your victim, pretty please.
It does seem like a graveyard of boats here, and if I don't look where I'm going, I might be one of them. So there's a lot of boats around here in that state. I wonder if they're caught on fire and this fella's bought them in order to sell the sheet metal, do them up, live on them. Don't know. As I said, graveyard of boats. Very weedy underneath. Nice stretch of canal though. I mean, that's quite picturesque. Now those birds there, I'm going to look it up. Them. He's got his own little house, look. I wonder how much that cost him. Prime real estate here in London, young man. These are nice. You know, I've lived around Hillingdon for, I don't know, 12 odd years. Never been up this far. These are quite nice, aren't they? And there's a poo wagon. Row of houses just behind me. They have to have that emptied, their septic tank emptied once a year. It's a little tight for that wagon to go down there. This stretch here is 14-day moorings. but there's nothing to peg your boat to. Need to put some bollards or rings or something in here.
Here come the swans on a morning patrol, however. Two of them are straggling behind, look. Wait for me, they're shouting in, swan, beeping, bleeping. And these four are having a bit of a dance routine going. Look at the size of his flipper. Goodness me, that's a bit big, isn't it? I've done an oil change, and well, some time ago Fox and Locks did an oil change, but I've still got the oil, and one of the problems I found is, where do you get rid of it? So I'm going to cycle to a recycling centre about 5 miles away just to get rid of a bag of oil. It's another problem you've got to incur if you're doing your own service. It's not a bad thing, it's another 5 miles there and 5 miles back. I've ground to a walk already. I've only cycled 200 metres and now I've got to walk further than I've got to cycle. And all these overgrown stingers, brambles, because I've got shorts on, haven't I? Oh, thistles. I mean, it's not taking oil to the recycling centre, it's the path. I'm not doing this again. Go down there and beyond, and it's quicker to go on the road.
Stumbled around trying to find or be found in a good world.
Right, that way I think. Although it feels like it's that way. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go that way.
Half the people dying while the rest of us are splitting hairs. It's a good world.
I'm worn out. At least I know where we are, and it's a lot quicker going into Uxbridge town and going on the road. I wouldn't have this hill for starters. That's oil got rid of. Now, one of the fellas here was saying, oh, that's very good, recycling your oil, and you're actually using a bike to do so. He's very pleased, and I think, anyway, engine oil got rid of, and you need one of these. Put in our residence first. I haven't got one of those. Never mind. Bike's back, I'm back. I'm leaking a bit. Job's done. One less thing to do. Eyes are streaming because I haven't got any eyebrows or eyelashes to stop the sweat going in them. And they don't sting. Anyway.
We're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad. You know we're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad.
A bit of retail therapy. I went to Skechers for just to have a look because my training shoes are run out. And it's not necessarily through running, it's just I've had them 3 years perhaps, and you should change them every year. So I went to Skechers to have a look, and I met a guy called Paul in the Uxbridge chimes. What a lovely bloke. And I got some of these. These are black trainers, and they're Goodyear soles. Now apparently they are Goodyear tyre soles things that they've stuck on the bottom of a shoe for harder wearing type of running. Now I don't do hard running anymore, but I will be exercising somewhat along the towpaths, and I think these would be harder wearing soles, black, show less dirt. And people have been asking, what do I do to keep fit? Well, I've been on my bike a few times, which has created me to leak, and I'm now going to be running a bit more because I've got some new shoes in an effort to try and keep the wok off, particularly in the winter. But I am mindful that if the towpath that I'm on is not paved in any way, then I won't be running. I'll wait till I get to a place where there is a towpath that I can do a bit of running on. Enough.
35 Keith Park Road, I used to live there. 9 Sylvana Close, used to live there too. This used to be the other ranks quarters, because we're just others. Not quite as good as they are now, because they've been taken over by private buyers. This is Hillingdon House, used to be SPA, Service Prosecution Authority. Nice building now, again. Well, it didn't look like that 10 years ago. Battle of Britain bunker, again, this has had some investment spent on it, because I think that's Sir Keith Park. Nice chap, have a big monument like that to him. It's a nice bit of real estate here actually, not as well kept in some areas, but generally speaking it was a lovely camp. Bit of a nature walk, and we're walking down to the River Pin. It's about as wide as river as the River Soar at times. I know it's not, but it does feel that way. Very picturesque with the weeping willow and the bollard. So my older kids used to come down here and do some fishing with those little fishing nets that kids have. Very picturesque. Lovely camp, lovely camp. And here is the old 25-metre range people used to do some shooting on. Oh, including me actually, as it happens. As you used to say, there's a red flag flying on a flagpole to indicate to the rest of the station that this range is in use. And this here was a range warden's hut. See if I can peek over the top. Firing points. And there's the butts, as they were called, the bullet catcher. More like jungle warfare now. And there, block of flats, was supply. Logistics, as it's now known. These are rather nice houses though. Don't know how much they cost. Arm and a leg, I would have thought. There's a pond here now. That was never here. I used to whack golf balls from here right to the other side. It would be nice to have a pond here to whack the golf ball over. And up behind that weeping willow would have been the patio to the sergeant's mess. Now, lots of flats. These are the Grays Road houses. People used to live in those. Uninhabitable for normal people, but for military, they do nicely. And when they moved out, we did some riot training in there. We used to throw petrol bombs, and instead of stones, people used to throw potatoes, and they used to throw them hard, and they used to get the bounce and see if they could get underneath your shield, and then they hit you in the gingangs. Some people got injured doing this stuff. And to be honest, riot training was about as real as you could get it, but also you had a shield, and you had to imagine you'd been broken away from the riot gang. You had a shield, and you had the people kicking you, so you had to push them off with your shield. Get back, you used to shout as they were kicking you. You used to push them off one side, you used to get booted in the back of the other one. Funny, good times actually. Well, I have to be careful of what I'm filming here, because this used to be the gym, now it's a school. That's an interesting sign, because parents park up and down here. Now, if we are going to be green and friendly, and today's generation are banging on about being green and friendly, how come This road is absolutely chocker. Now, my kids used to go to a school, because this school was a gym, used to go to a school down in Cowley called Whitehall School. That was about, good mile and a half. And they used to walk it, complain every day, but then when they get used to it, they used to just accept that's the way to school. Used to walk it, and that was it. Now kids get the car. So if we want to be green and friendly, parents, make the kids walk to school. It's good for them. You can get a studio apartment for £289, 995. So basically 290,000 for a one bed, not bigger than my boat place. And then you'll have ground rent to pay on that as well, because all of these are properties that require ground rent and they'll be on leasehold, a lot of money. Now that avenue of trees there, that was the extent of the parking area, and then to the left of it, God's Hallow Acre, the square of the Queen's Colour Squadron, which is now a load of old houses. And these trees here, they were at the back of the squadron building. Probably walked not too far up this path to go to the squadron, which would have been where that grey box is. I would have been walking on the on a parade square now, and used to be people walking up and down, posh walking, marching they called it. Now that's an old barrack block. Each one of those windows was a room, quite small rooms. But what I like about it is those new apartments, they're looking quite similar. Not bad effort. I hope they're better on the inside though than those were. So what's in Uxbridge? Let's have a look. Piri Piri Cottage, Pizza the Hut. Now from the camp gates, this was the first nightclub, 400 metres away, known as Regal's. Royals, that was the place after Regal's, and now it's a Tick. Quick reveal of a Subway and a funeral director's. ZZ restaurant, looks very swish. Miller's Tap, used to be the Slug and Lettuce. Bottomless brunch, not sure what that means. A Mexican diner, a shopping centre. There's a new look and an old look. A Thai restaurant opposite a chicken. Always busy in there though. Let's have a look at the menu. Next to Adalia. A place called Rock and Go. A coffee shop. A Mediterranean cuisine thing. Wenzel's Bakery. Some golden arches. A coffee shop. Another one. A boutique. And some repertoire. Some sushi. Now this is the 3 Tons pub. First pub really that we used to go to, known as OP1, particularly in the summer. Starbucks on one side of the road and also the other. A Costa Lotta and a tube strike on the Metropolitan and Piccadilly lines of the London Underground. Unusual, a phone box with a phone in it. Strange name, but it's another eatery. Now that was the NatWest Bank. Another Costa Lotta, even the sun's smiling on that fella there, look. Second of 3. Now I believe this place was called Continental once upon a time. A thriving little pub with a bit of a dance floor in it, absolutely thriving. Stefan Spearmint and Rupert Rhinos bought it and turned it into something called Spearmint Rhinos. I don't think it did too well here. The lads used to go in there because it sold beer later. Not for anything else, I don't think. They knew the lads on the door, so they used to just get in. So in real terms, Uxbridge has got lots of other things going for it. It's got the Chime Shopping Centre and it's got the Octagon Shopping Centre. If you want something to eat, or a cup of tea or coffee, Uxbridge is the place to come to. Where's all the men's shops gone? Where do blokes my age shop? Marks and Spencer's? Millets? Or Man at Go Outdoors? I've just been to Sainsbury's. And the reason why I've been to Sainsbury's instead of Tesco is because Sainsbury's are the only shop to my knowledge that sells frozen stir-fry vegetables, and I like them.
Tonight's dinner is some chicken pieces that I've just cut up a breast of chicken. You know, I had to let it defrost, no longer put it in the microwave, haven't got one of them. So I had to defrost it today, so planning ahead. Chopped up some onion, mushroom, tomatoes. I kind of liked the other day when I did some balsamic vinegar in with some Olivia oil. Do all that with some noodles, because noodles are quick to make. Pan, boiling water, 3 minutes, job done. That's not going to take long, job done. And so I'm hoping this will be, including the cutting up, well, no later than 8 o'clock. Should be on the diner eating at 8. Let's see if I can manage it. So just about in time. Now, the reason why I was slightly late, I would have been a bit earlier, but I've got chatting to the fellow across the road, who's a nice fella. He's got one of those GRP type things. Nice bloke. He lives just there. And he was asking me all sorts of questions. Anyway, just about in time. Enjoy. Well, I will.
Big boat coming down here. He'll have to park up, or I can open the gate. Got a clap from him. Good lad. Nice fella. I'm parked up at a jaunty angle, as you can see, and the reason being is the water is very low on the sides. There's a place we might be able to see down there, look, no fishes. One of the problems, I'm not, you know, gate may be open down there, and up there someone needs to come through that lock very soon, because my boat's at a jaunty angle and I've parked it out there because, well, it's easier. It's less of a jaunty angle out there, but even out there now is drying up. Boat life. Well, that was Uxbridge flies coming in. Got the windows open. It's quite nice sitting here watching the world go by, reminiscing of Uxbridge. I enjoyed my time there. Still, those times have come and gone, and the town's changed quite a lot. Lots of eateries, lots of drinkeries and all that sort of stuff. Not many shops. And where do I go shopping? I've noticed that in a lot of places. Outdoorsy type shops now when I'm on the boat. Feed me Friday, give me a week. It won't be this Friday, it will be a following Friday. I need to square myself away with trying to get the best filming of the cooking series that I can get. I've got a strategy to move that along quite nicely. I think that'd be quite good, and that fly's annoying me. That said, next week I'm moving back upstream, Denham, and then beyond. So thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you next week. Oh, before I go, Q&A part 2, Sunday following week part 3. Seems to be a big hit, that one. See you in a bit.